So in conclusion, it's not just the face value of assets. It's not just that there's a $90,000 debt on a Ford F-350 diesel work truck that's needed for this spouse's business. And it's not just the face value of the $200,000 or $400,000 in the retirement account that face value is one. It's different because it's going to be worth more later because it's been invested and is growing. And we know that from our financial advisor friends that investment is going to compound over the years and there'll be even more money there. But those just face value of those two, one an asset, one a debt or a liability, however you want to call that, it's not just slice the pie down the middle. The other factors are going to control. It's what those spouses' goals are, what their immediate needs are, and what their long-term, and this is one thing I frequently tell clients, you need to be thinking about your 82-year-old self and not your 32-year-old, 42-year-old, 52-year-old, 62-year-old self. When it comes to that just and right division, you need to be thinking about your 82-year-old self. Look, folks, we're all living longer. Many of us are outliving our parents are living longer, and we're blessed for that. We really are. But the healthcare in this country has made all of us, and there's a big health conscientiousness in this country, but it's made all of us live longer through pharmaceuticals to control blood pressure, cholesterol, etc. And you need to be projecting that your earnings are going to have to carry you through a much longer period of time than your parents and grandparents. So, and the millennials who are coming up now, maybe even longer. So be cognizant of that goal of not outliving your resources, your financial resources, because these are just things that it's a reality. And elder care is a huge part of the legal industry, the medical industry, and healthcare, etc. So these are just factors that need to be considered as a long-term goal when it comes to dividing up that pie. So it's not just 50-50 of this is half your debt and half mine, and this is half my face value of this investment asset is half mine and half yours. There could be a difference there. One spouse might want to take that $95,000 debt on that F-350 diesel truck because that truck can help that spouse earn a substantial amount of money. So they may take all of that and a disproportionate amount of that asset, and that asset may just be left intact. An investment asset may just be left intact to continue to grow, even though it will be divided. It won't be there. In other words, you won't take a draw from it. You won't make a financial decision to have cash money. In other words, liquidate some of that because you're aware of the 10% withholding and then the 10% haircut, the tax that the IRS, you might get some of that back, but more likely that the taking early of a invested asset like a retirement account usually comes with that 20%, just comes right off the top. And although I'm not a tax attorney and I know just enough about taxes to be dangerous, but I am aware of that as a general rule with taking investment dollars early is that there's usually a 10% tax and a 10% withholding. You might be at an income level where that doesn't matter. You might get some or a good bit of that back, but you won't get it back for a year. And if you do get it back, it might just go pay, it might be something you just pay forward on taxes going forward.